What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Krystal Palace. Today we are here at beautiful Universal Orlando Resort, and we are going to be talking about how many days do you need for your Universal Orlando trip. Is there enough to do if you're staying 2+ days? Do you need 1 day? Do you need 4 days, 5 days, 3 days? We're going to answer that all in this video, so stay tuned. Let's do this. Families with young children may want to visit 2 days only because you might want to take some more breaks. It's not that this isn't Magic Kingdom ×2 where there's so many attractions that you can do with young children, but you might want to take your time, spread your trip out a little more, do Islands of Adventure in the morning, head back to the hotel, play in the pool a little bit. The next day, hit up Universal Studios Florida. However you want to do it, that's just my recommendation if you want to take your time. If not, 1 day with young children is perfectly fine. But I would say try to get the park hopper ticket that allows you to visit Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida all in 1 day. This way, you're not missing any of the fun in both parks. First and foremost, it's really important to understand and first establish your travel style. Are you thrill seekers? Are you casual visitors? Are you visiting with young children? And then from there, you can break down how many days you really need for visiting Universal Orlando. Thrill seekers, I would aim for 2 to 3 days. You're gonna probably wanna spend more time in Islands of Adventure as this has more of the big thrilling rides and coasters. Casual visitors can visit 1 to 2 days. I always suggest 2 days just to kind of visit at a slower pace. I really like taking my time and enjoying all that the park has to offer, really taking in the details. But if you only have 1 day to visit, that's gonna be fine too. You might wanna consider getting the Universal Express Pass or the VIP tour if you're really feeling bougie as a way to really experience it all in 1 day. If you are a Harry Potter fan, you absolutely need to visit both parks, in my opinion, because they each have something that is so special and so unique. If you're a big Harry Potter fan, trust me, you're gonna wanna visit both parks. And you could do that via the Hogwarts Express right here from Hogsmeade over to Diagon Alley and King's Cross Station. It could take you from Islands to Universal Studios Florida, but you must have that park-to-park ticket. You can get it out front, but I suggest doing this in advance just so you don't waste any time. So as you can see, it is located here right next to Hogsmeade, and Hogsmeade is where you can find most of the Harry Potter attractions. So if you're breaking it up, Islands versus Universal based on rides, then Islands is the one that you want to visit for the Harry Potter rides. By far the most popular Harry Potter attraction is Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. Right now, an hour after the park opened, it is already at a 120-minute wait, and this is not even a busy time of the year. But it's absolutely a must-do. It's my favorite ride in all of Universal Orlando. When planning your trip, you also need to consider what is in each park. So over here in Islands of Adventure, you're going to experience Jurassic Park, Hogsmeade, Seuss Landing, Toon Lagoon. Over in Universal Studios Florida, you'll experience Minion Land, DreamWorks Land, Transformers, Jimmy Fallon, more movie-themed attraction. Or maybe you want to go to Volcano Bay Water Park, which I would recommend doing a full day there, but you can do a half day there as well. Maybe you want to do Volcano Bay in the morning and then come into the parks at night. But of course, that is a water park with thrilling rides, lazy river, chill float rides, places to relax, great food. So you definitely want to consider doing a day at Volcano Bay as well. I definitely recommend, if you like water parks, Volcano Bay is probably the best water park in all of Orlando. Once again, that park-to-park ticket is going to come in handy if you're visiting the parks. And if you want to do 2 parks in 1 day, I definitely recommend getting the park-to-park ticket. I truthfully would recommend it to anybody, and I've never spent a day at Universal solely in 1 park before, always hopping back and forth, and I think it's definitely worth it. If you're looking for park hopper tickets or express pass tickets or anything like that, be sure to visit theparkprodigy.com. I'll link them in the description, and you could use the code thekrystalpalace10 at checkout to save even more on your Universal tickets. They'll help you plan your vacation and tell you everything you need to know. Another factor to consider when you're deciding how many days you need at Universal Orlando is crowd level. Now, are you going to be visiting at a peak crowd time like spring break, a holiday weekend, summer, Christmas week, New Year's week, 4th of July? Then you might want to consider spending a few more days here. I know it might sound like, oh really, I gotta spend more days in the crowds, but especially if you don't have that express pass, you won't be able to do every ride if the wait times are high, if they have high crowds. I love visiting at off-peak times, of course, but you know, that's not always feasible. You have kids, your work schedule, you can't take off. The more crowded it is, the more days you might want to stay, or consider getting that express pass once again to try to do everything in a shorter amount of time. If you stay at a Universal Orlando Premier Resort, Hard Rock, Royal Pacific, Portofino Bay, the express pass is included in your stay. Now, during more crowded times, of course, that is going to be more expensive, but just something to consider if you're looking for a place to stay, want to get the express pass during a crowded time, consider looking at those premier resorts. Okay, not really related to the video, but I just had to show this. Here in the Toon Lagoon shop, you can dress a Minion. The plush is $19 plus tax. The outfits are $16 plus tax each. You get a naked Minion, and then here are the costumes you could dress them up as. I love the Santa suit. This is adorable. There also are two different kinds of Universal Express passes that you need to know about. One is the Express Unlimited, which lets you go on any ride besides Hagrid's as many times as you want. And then you have the regular Universal Express Pass, which lets you go on each ride only one time. So from there, you could decide, of course, the basic Express Pass is cheaper, but if you want to go on rides multiple times, you're gonna want to get the Express Unlimited. We are currently walking over to Universal Studios Florida from Islands. If you don't take the Hogwarts Express, it is literally just a quick walk through City Walk to get over from park to park. So if you're looking for day-by-day recommendations, here is what I recommend to do. If you're visiting for 2 days, day one, you could spend at Universal Studios Florida. Prioritize those high demand rides like Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, Rip Ride Rocket, The Mummy. Day two, you could spend at Islands of Adventure, but don't forget that if you want to ride the Hogwarts Express, you're gonna need that park to park ticket. So this itinerary is splitting up each park for each day, but if you're looking to ride that Hogwarts Express, you're gonna need to get the park to park ticket anyway. For 3 days, once again, it could be as simple as one park per day, including Volcano Bay, or on the third day, if you want to just do Islands and Universal, you can do that, split your day, spend the morning on Islands, hop over to Universal Studios Florida, and vice versa on the Hogwarts Express, or just take a walk over. If you want to spend 4 days or more here at Universal Orlando, you'll have a lot of time for re-rides, shows, dining experiences, exploring City Walk. You can maybe do an escape room or see a movie or play mini golf. My personal recommendation for anyone visiting is doing at least 2 days if you're visiting for the first time. This way you really get to experience both parks, take your time a little bit, and you don't feel super rushed. A great way to save time at both parks is to eat at off-peak times. You want to try to avoid the lunch rush, avoid the dinner rush, eat earlier, eat later than like noon, 1 o'clock. That's also the peak heat of the day, so everyone's gonna want to try to be like ducking inside. Go on a ride during that time, but eating at these off-peak hours is going to save you some time. Well, that does it for us here at Universal Orlando. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the Krystal Palace right down below, and stay tuned for more fun Universal videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.